And love, peace and love, peace. And always love, baby. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. We're about to get into these messages. Sunday collective readings. Glad to be back, man. Glad to be back. Distributing the messages from on high. Super excited. Shout out to those of you who've been booking the personals. The personals been real personal lately. Okay? They've been real eye-opening. So shout out to y'all. As always, take what resonates, throw out the rest, y'all. All right. Collective message. Let's see what we got. Okay. Okay. So, right out the gate, we have stretch. Take your time and plan and strategize. So, in the last reading, we talked about that waiting room. This feels like instructions, okay? What do we do in that waiting room? Stretch it out. Get flexible, okay? This is a time to be flexible. This is a time to pace yourself. There's no rush here. In the year of the fire horse, just because time is being sped up, just because your blessings might be being sped up, just because the world is getting sped up, doesn't mean you need to get sped up, okay? So take your time. I had a coach of mine that always used to say, hey, move fast, but don't rush. And he said it every damn practice. I'm like, what does that mean? Well, now I finally know what it means. You can be physically moving quickly, but rushing is in the mind, okay? So make sure you're planning and strategizing. Okay, make sure that when you do start to move fast, that you're moving with intent, that you're making sure that you're moving in the right direction. Okay, we're not just moving for movement's sake. What else we have here? Number 1, Sag, low vibrations. Okay, so we have the number 1 here. That's about the self. Okay. And then it's under the stretch card. So just make sure that you're also, be on the lookout for rigidity, okay? Make sure that you are being flexible with yourself. Be on the lookout for rigidity, okay? Right now is a time of just surrender. There's so many transitions going on that if you're trying to take the approach of being a know-it-all, and like we talked about in the last reading, doing before God gives you that plan, okay? Notice I said God gave you the plan, not your plan. The plan that God gives you, before you get those instructions, if you start moving, you're gonna get your hand burned on that stove, okay? You're the fire horse. That fire gonna get you. So just make sure that first you have your plan, but you're also being flexible, okay? And if plans aren't going as planned, that you have a pivot, okay? That you can pivot, that you can be adaptable. You also have Sag. So make sure that you're aiming high. Make sure that you're staying in a space of optimism, okay? Make sure you're also staying in a space of seeing all of the possibilities. Sag is about opening your mind, knowledge even. You could be like going back to school, taking a course, okay? Or, it could be on your heart to just learn something and research something. Follow that first mind, okay? We also have low vibrations, okay? And it's up against this Sag card. So make sure, let's clarify. Before I say what I want to say, let me clarify this. What's this low vibrations, Spirit? What's low vibrations? Clarify this. Okay. So we have Mass, Crown Chakra, and Moon. So there could be There will be, not could. There will be some low vibrations that you come up against inside yourself and outside yourself. Okay? It's very important that that you're using your emotional intelligence, because we have the moon card here and it's all about emotions. Make sure that you're using your intelligence, loved ones. Make sure that you are observing your feelings, acknowledging your feelings, but understand that emotions and feelings are indicators of something. It's like getting a notification on your phone. What is it trying to tell you? Don't become your feelings. There's a difference, okay? There's a difference between I am mad and I am experiencing anger right now. There's a difference. You got to watch what you put behind after the words I am, okay? So we don't have to claim our emotions. We can validate them, we can experience them without having to become them. So just make sure that you are separating the two. You also have crown chakra here under Sagittarius. Yeah. You know, with the crown chakra, what I'm getting is you could be getting like a lot of ideas and a lot of inspiration. And it could be setting you on fire. You could be very excited about it, but make sure that you have a plan around that excitement. And make sure that you're still taking your time. Okay, don't rush anything. We're not rushing into anything. Okay, so just because we get excited, getting excited is great. Write it down. Okay, whatever's lighting you up, get so excited that you take the time to properly plan it so that it can come into fruition and it can be sustainable in the 3D world. Okay, so that when it's time to move on it, when you get the message to move on it, you can move on it because your plan's already in place. You don't have to be planning while you're moving or moving while you're planning. One step at a time, okay? Okay. We have the need to talk card here. I'm getting that you could have a need to talk, okay, because this can go both ways. It could be about you or be about someone feeling this way about you. So you could have a need to talk. Some messages could be downloading through the crown chakra that you need to express. There could be some lower vibrations that are trying to surface and trying to get out of you that you might need to speak about. But also someone could need to talk to you. And there could be some messages about you coming in for that person. And they've been pondering, because we got the pawn card here. Okay. So, and we got the river card here. Yeah, there's a stream of downloads coming in. So just get ready for that stream of downloads, whether it's coming to you or it's coming to another person. There's a stream of downloads, and there is this, like, because we have the Sag here, so it's about passion, fire. There is this like passion and need to speak up and speak out and to express, because it's also connected to the moon. So that emotions card. So someone could be confessing some emotions. You could have a conversation here soon where you need to or where you feel prompted to express yourself, express your emotions. Let's look at the future. What's coming for the collective? Believe. Help is on the way. Vision. Okay. So some of your beliefs could be getting affirmed in the near future. Okay. Help is on the way, and vision. So there could be a team coming in, collective. You might have some creative project or some idea that you really believe in. Okay, and you could already have the vision. And maybe that's why Spirit is saying, make sure you got your plan together. Because when I bring you these people, when I bring you this team, you're going to need to have the vision be plain. Write it down and make it plain. You're going to need a clear vision. Okay? Not just an idea, not just a belief. You can't orchestrate and lead a team with an idea and a belief. You have to have a plan and a strategy. Okay, so make sure that you're writing down your plan. When that inspiration hits, make sure that you are putting pen to pad. Okay? Yes, we're moving on from inner battle. Okay? So you could be moving on, letting go of this inner battle, whatever you have been in a tussle with or a tug of war with. You could be finding the resistance subsiding. Okay, help is on the way with this inner battle. Okay, you also have 3 here, which is the number of manifestation. So the vision is going to start coming into fruition. Okay. Yeah, if you are in an inner battle with your beliefs, you are causing the resistance that's putting this delay in the way. Okay? So be sure that you aren't your own worst enemy right now. Okay? Make sure that you are affirming yourself. What you believe is real, and what you know is even more real. It's a fact. Okay? So if you have something on your heart that you believe in, don't be your own worst enemy by you got to make, you know what it is? Make friends with that inner critic. That inner critic is very important because that inner critic is it has a Virgo energy. It's assessing all the details to make sure that you dotted your I's and crossed your T's. Okay, but when that inner critic start taking over the board meeting, it's time to shut that inner critic down. Hey, thank you for your notes and moving on. Okay, we got moving on here. Okay, what else is coming in the future? Yeah, you're moving on from any irritations. You're moving on forgiveness. Okay, forgiveness is going to help you move on. That's the help that's on the way. When you intentionally move yourself into a space of forgiveness, because you're in control of this. Okay? Now, God is your partner in arms here, but you're in control of this. So you can choose to be unforgiving or you can choose to be forgiving. It's up to you. Okay? And being unforgiving only hurts you. It only creates an inner battle within yourself because your true spirit wants to forgive. Your spirit wants to be balanced. Your spirit wants to let in love. Your spirit wants to be open. Okay? Your spirit doesn't want to be defensive. That's not natural to the spirit. That's the ego. So if spirit was driving this train, spirit would have forgave right away and kept it moving. Okay? But you can move into the path of the spirit by choosing that path. Okay? You're going to choose ego or you're going to choose spirit. Okay? So in order to get this irritation, whatever this inner battle is that you've been going back and forth about, you got to move into a space of forgiveness, and you can. You can choose into that space, okay? It's going to take some discipline, but that's all right. You got it down. It's going to also take discipline for you to manifest the Holy Trinity, okay? Two becoming one becomes a brand new thing. Okay, so in order to birth this vision, it's going to take some discipline. Okay, yeah, you're breaking cycles at the bottom of the deck. Cycle broken. Okay. Let's see what else. Yeah, 3D. Okay. Okay. We got 3D, Scorpio, and ego here. There's some things beneath the surface. There's some things hidden beneath the surface that are going to start showing up in your 3D. Or they might already be here and they're showing up in the form of irritations. They're trying to get your attention so that you can move past them. Okay? The ego is trying to release some things that you've been holding on to. Okay? We've been holding on to these things for far too long. They're holding us back. They ain't holding nobody back. The people that we ain't forgiven are living their life, ain't even thinking about you. Okay? So in order to get to this level where help is coming in, because here's the thing about help on the way. Here's the thing about this team or this village that's coming towards you. You can't be loving from a broken heart trying to get into the village. You can't be a helpful, healthy member of the tribe and village with a broken heart. You still harboring old feelings for the past. You haven't forgiven. You're going to bring some of that same trauma and drama into this new village, this new vision that you always seen for yourself, that you believed you could be a part of. You can't be a part of it with a broken heart. You got to do your work. You got to move on from past hurts, because you're going to bring harm into the village. There's nobody's job to heal you. Okay? So that could be the delay. So I see the collective taking accountability for what's underneath the surface. What has been trapped in the ego. The ego is trying to release some things. It's going to take some discipline and some self-accountability to understand what is irritating me. What's irritating me in the 3D really is just notifying me what's inside. So as without, so within. So what I'm getting irritated by on the outside really is an indicator of what's inside, and I need to go clean my garden up. Okay, I got some weeds in my garden, and it's holding me back. It's creating an inner battle that ultimately is holding me back from moving on and moving forward into my future vision. Ooh, yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. That's good stuff right there. Okay? So make sure we're doing the work. Let's not be avoidant. Let's take full accountability. Okay? Might not be your fault, but it's your responsibility. What do we got? Let's do one more spread. What does the collective need to do moving forward? Is there any action that needs to be taken? We see what's on the horizon, but how do we get there? How do we get there? Understand that you're protected, okay? You no longer are where you were, and you're no longer experiencing the trauma and drama that you experienced. It's over. It's been over for a long time, but you're still acting, you're still operating. Your operating system is still operating as if you are actively in the trauma. Understand you're protected. You made it out. Congratulations. Okay? You made it out. Yeah. So just wait for confirmation. We're still in this space of the waiting room. We're taking a space of non-action. Actually, in the waiting room, we're preparing. So part of the preparation for these blessings and for this vision to come into fruition is you cleaning out your garden. Okay? It's time to get the weed whacker out. Okay? It's time to pull those weeds out. Okay? It's time to really get your garden ready for the spring so you can spring forward. Because when this inspired action, okay, when you get inspired to act, move on it, okay? So this is an extension from last week, okay? The law of inspired action. Remember, law of inspired action states that when you get lit up by something, it's not for nothing. Everybody ain't lit up by the same things. Everybody's not getting those pings, those messages, those downloads. So when you get a message from source that says, hey, go here, do this, act on it. Otherwise, wait for confirmation. Okay? Long term. This protection is long term. Law of correspondence. So we have long-term organization and law of correspondence. So, So yeah, whatever you're building or whatever you're moving towards being a part of, this is going to be a long-term situation. Okay. Also, your protection is long-term. You don't have to be flinching. Okay. You don't have to wait for the shoe to drop. That cycle is over. That part of your life is over. You made it through. Okay? So this peace is long term. This healing is long term. This joy is long term. Okay? It is a organizational situation, which means that it has sustainability. Okay? It has a firm foundation. This is tried and true. Okay? Law of correspondence. As within, so without. As above, so below. So do that inner work. Do that inner work. Do that inner work so that you can start seeing it on the outside of you. Okay? Justice card. Divine justice is at play. Get a few more for this spread. What can we look forward to? What needs to take place moving forward? Sacred. Yes. Yes. Woo! Yes. Okay, sacred. What is sacred to you is coming towards you, and it's going to be long term. It's going to be long term. Whether it's love, opportunity, money, business, because we got Taurus here. Venus energy, stability. This is a stable situation. What you have prayed on, or what has been put on the inside of you, because that's that sacral chakra, that's your desires, that's what's sacred to you and only you, has stability. It's going to feel good long term, okay? You are everything and everything is you. Everything you are, everything you want wants you. Okay? So this is all affirmation and confirmation, y'all. This is affirmation and confirmation. Affirmations during this time would be good. Okay? Make sure that we're doing the things that got us here. We don't want to abandon the things that got us here. The affirmations, the intuitive eating, focusing on your health, your prayer, your meditation, your altar work. Don't abandon what got you here. Future, balance, independence. I know that's right. What's coming in the future? Divine justice, balance with the Libra card. Also, 2 Venus cards. Pleasure, joy, love, lots of love, and independence. You won't have to sacrifice your independence for these opportunities, for this community, for this love. You can stand in your own skin, and that'll be just enough. Yeah. You could feel a surge, or just a solidifying of your self-worth. you could get that confirmation. You could feel something inside you just kind of click on, where you just like, I'm good. No matter how much my body changed, no matter what my financial situation is, I love me. You could have gotten to that place of self-love that's unwavering. If you have, congratulations, collective. All right, let's take it to the tarot. One card to tie this all together. One card to tie this all together. Oh, Lordy be. I know that's right. That one jumped out. We got the 9 of baskets. You see that? Living lavish. Having it your way. 9 of baskets. The 9 of baskets is about gratitude and contentment. A couple dressed to the nines is standing outside having just returned from a bucket list trip. The couple hasn't reached total fulfillment, but things are good. They walk in comfort, knowing their needs are met. Their relationship has flow, and they found peace. The 9 of baskets hints at manifestations coming to fruition. Come on! The card is also a reminder that you have always been enough and have always been worthy. Bask in the moment. Fully appreciate your journey to this point. Claim satisfaction before you walk down the path of gluttony, greed, or ego. Your delight, contentment, pleasure, or peace should never feel like a show to impress. Nor should you put up a facade of perfection if things are not great. You are safe. You are enough. You have enough. So this card, in the upright, the yang of this card is dreams coming true, enjoying the finer things in life, financial security, experiencing your heart's desires, and coming on up, the come up. The shadow side of this card is unfulfillment, overindulgence or gluttony, shallowness or hedonism, or a front to impress others, and excessive pride. How to properly align with this card or stay aligned with this card is detach yourself from posting online about your peace for others to see. Instead, be present in it. The cards don't lie, y'all. We're in a time of divine justice. Everybody's getting exactly what they deserve. And if you are part of this collective, I already know you already put yourself in alignment to be showered on. Okay? The blessings are raining down. You just gotta stop battling yourself. Stop living in the past, worrying about if the past is coming back to visit you, worrying about things that happened 10 years ago, things that happened last year, things that happened last month. Every day, every moment is a brand new moment to make a new choice. And we choosing dreams come true. We choosing to be satisfied with life, no matter what life gives us. Okay? We choosing to be grateful. We choosing to see that all that past stuff, we choosing to pull the gratitude out of each of those moments. No matter how horrendous or horrific they have been, we're going to choose the gratitude route, and we're going to pull the lessons and the blessings out of each one of those moments and bring them with us into our new vision. All right, y'all. Hopefully that resonated with somebody. I know it resonated with me. Okay? If it did, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel the vibes. That way, you know, we can get this out to as many folks as possible. We need to spread the good news that the blessings are on the way, baby. They here. Okay? I appreciate y'all. Shout out to everybody who's been booking their personals. If you would like to book a personal reading, just tap in with me. You guys can head to the description or tap in on Instagram. Follow me there, message me there, and we can get it in. Other than that, happy Sunday and peace and love, y'all.